Week 4 of the 2024 PLL season in Minneapolis was one of the most lawless weekends we've seen in a long time. Bodies were flying all over the place, helmets were getting ripped off, and players were getting heated. There were 3 fights in the first 3 games, and they kept getting crazier. We'll start with this one between Maryland and New York, which was probably the tamest of the 3 scuffles we saw in Minnesota. Whips lead 11-9 late in the third. Matt Rambo is over here cooking his matchup from X, and the fight develops off ball over here. 𝐓𝐇𝐄 shoves Peyton Rizonka on his ass in the crease. Rizonka's pissed and gets in 𝐓𝐇𝐄's face, and they start going at it from there. But here's the crazy part. Rizonka is pretty much on his own at this point, and the 3 dudes in his face are Rambo, 𝐓𝐇𝐄, and Zed Williams. That's like 700 pounds of humanity staring him down. And look at Matty Palem's skinny little arms. Man's the GOAT, but he's not breaking up anything in this fight. Meanwhile, 𝐓𝐇𝐄, he's like Hercules. Have you ever seen this guy with his shirt off? Look at how he rips off Rizonka's helmet and holds it above his head like a trophy. He's pretty much declaring the fight over with this move, and it's right before the boom mic operator can get there. That's too bad. Okay, that fight was kinda crazy, but this one's even crazier. Boston versus Utah, PLL after dark. Archers are up 4-1 early in the second. Connor Fields is doing that thing where everyone's kind of just watching him dodge through the defense. He gets hacked to pieces, ends up on the ground, and the fight that breaks out here is actually pretty intense. Garrett Epple definitely throws a punch or two here. But this is my favorite part. That's a member of the PLL social team sprinting in to capture the cell phone angle. We asked for it, and here's what they sent us.
Clear, get out of there! Let him go! Everybody let go! Everybody! Knock it off! Garrett, we got you. Hey, you suck.
All right, let's go to the close-up replay. And if you're not familiar with Epple's reputation, the fact that he's the only defenseman in the league who's always fully tucked should tell you he's not to be messed with. But who's breaking this thing up? Good thing this ref right here touches Connor Fields on the back. That does a lot. But if you run it back a few seconds, look at Tom Schreiber right here. Look at the face he makes at the ref. He looks like a disappointed dad. It also kind of looks like he says, "I got this." But why? Well, take a look at this angle again and you'll see why. Mac O'Keefe just watched his boy get chopped up by Epple. I mean, to Epple, an over-the-head check and a take-off-your-head check are kind of the same thing. So O'Keefe comes over and whacks Epple across the midsection. Schreiber has a perfect view of this whole thing, and that's why he has to go break up the fight. It's his guy who started it after the whistle, and he's Captain America, so he's got to come save the day. So even though it's Trey LeClaire who has a handful of Epple's face mask, it's Schreiber who gets the final fist to the throat. And you see him right here give the ref one more look like, "I'm really sorry about this whole thing." That fight got pretty heated, but this last one goes to the next level. California versus Denver, ESPN2 game of the week. 2 minutes until halftime, it's 5-3, and the Outlaws just scored their 5th in a row. It's the ensuing face-off, and Arden Cohen absolutely obliterates Ryan Terefenko. And look at this, we love to see this. Luke Weirman immediately comes to Terefenko's defense. He's a rookie, but he's from Delco, so you know he's gonna stick up for his boy. This was a legit scrap until Cohen ripped Weirman's helmet off. And check out some of this footage we got from between the benches. As the refs are still sorting things out, Weirman calls Cohen a clown.
What are you wearing? You look like a clown!
All right, but we gotta roll this back and watch this hit again. Terefenko got the worst of this whole melee by far. Cohen got a running start from the 2-point line as soon as possession was called and just ran straight through Terefenko. That's like a 15-yard running start and a high hit too. Cohen got 2 minutes for this hit, plus 30 seconds for ripping Weirman's helmet off. In fact, a total of 10 penalty minutes were doled out across all 3 fights over the weekend. Back to Terefenko, he goes flying, and watch him getting up and check out his face while the fight is going on behind him. Just look at him. Dude did not see that hit coming. It's like an old episode of Jacked Up. In fact, you can pretty much count on a fight like this every weekend in the PLL. But what do you think? Should they let these scraps go a little longer, or is there really no place for this kind of stuff in field lacrosse? Let us know in the comments how you feel. The PLL is in Boston for week 5. Tune in to see who throws down this weekend.